I'm going to be starting 2 sub-series on this channel that are going to be pretty in-depth. There's going to be a lot of content coming out. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different studies across the Bible in order to highlight certain themes, character traits, call to actions, historical accuracies, and just themes that we can apply to our life that the Bible is highlighting for us to look at. And the 2 themes are Christian violence and the suffering servant. Now, the suffering servant is an archetypal character. Basically, Jesus Christ was a suffering servant. He came to the earth to serve those, and he constantly says, if you want to be the greatest in the kingdom, you have to be the least. Those who lose their life will gain it. So it's this idea of suffering and being a servant and washing the feet of others. If the enemy asks you to walk a mile with him, walk with him 2 miles. Love those who hate you, bless those that curse you. Suffering servant. And this is the thing, is pastor at my church today said, you feel the closest to Jesus when you are in your suffering or when you are helping somebody in their suffering. And so that right there is a call to action to be the suffering servant. And sometimes suffering is helping other people when you are in need. And so when I decline, Christ's increases. So I have to decrease so Christ can increase. And so when I'm in a part in my life where I really need help from others, what I need to do is be the suffering servant and go to somebody else in their suffering and be the light in their darkness. And so there's the suffering servant. And that's that archetype. And I want to study to that and do a whole bunch of work on that. But also the other side of that is Christian violence. Well, in the suffering servant is where you find Christian violence. And Christian violence is a lot different than worldly violence. Worldly violence is murder, pain, suffering, killing, envy. It's all these things. It's violent. It involves death and stuff like that. Whereas Christian violence involves the opposite. It's submission, obedience, willingly giving your life. It's life instead of death. So the world's going to come, they're going to tell you to denounce your faith, and you're going to say no, and then you're going to die. And you're either going to die to yourself, you're either going to die physically, but the one thing is you'll never die spiritually. And so a big theme of Christ is he was the suffering servant all the way until death, where he died. And at the very weakest point he was to the world, when he was dying on the cross, is actually when he was the most victorious spiritually. And it is right there that life and death was overcome, and he had the power to give everybody eternal life. And so we follow suit in that by being suffering servants until death. And so martyrs is the ultimate type of Christian violence, because they are taking victory over the kingdom of darkness, even though they are physically dying, because they're passing over into eternal life where real power is.